Why do you talk so proper? You sound white. Why do you talk like that? Why don't you talk like the rest of us? You probably heard that growing up if you grew up in the suburbs and then went to the hood, or you got family in the hood and then they wonder why you talk funny. Well, I was scrolling and seeing this girl saying that people tell her that she sounds white all the time just because she talks proper, she fully pronounces her words, and she just breaks down like the common things that people say to her, because I guess they're surprised that she doesn't speak Ebonics or slang. I don't know. I mean, me growing up, like, I don't necessarily talk proper, but I don't have no education either. So yeah, we're gonna get into what she had to say.
Sound white. No. I sound like I can hold down a job. I sound like PTO and dental. I sound articulate? Good. You can't sound white unless you're out here barking in Crayola. I sound like I was raised by someone who hugged me and checked my homework. Honestly, if sounding white just means using grammar...
Wait, hugged me and checked my homework is crazy. Basically, she's trying to say your parents didn't care about you. Your parents should want to make your life better. They don't want to hear you talking like you ain't had no home training. At least that's what my mom always used to say. Don't be out here acting like I ain't taught you nothing.
Then sign me up. I'll even throw in a little semicolon with confidence. Hello? This is professionalism speaking. How may I direct your insecurity? You're mad I don't sound like your stereotype. I'm mad you still have one. I sound like I pay my taxes on time. I sound like a 401k. I sound like I've never yelled at a cashier at Walmart at midnight.
Yikes.
I sound like I pay my rent on time. I sound like I read terms and conditions twice. I sound like HR would actually listen to me. I sound like I survived group projects. You mean I enunciate? Tragic. I sound like I use commas correctly. I sound like I don't take out a loan just to go buy Gucci. I sound educated. And most importantly, I sound like me.
Facts. People always say, you sound white. How do you sound like a color? Are white people the only people that speak proper English? I don't think so, but you know how that go. One of the most common words that black people cannot get right is ask. They say I didn't ax, as in ax like I'm cutting something. That's one of them words where we struggle. I don't know what it is about it, but majority of black people cannot say ask with the K. They say ax. I didn't ax. It's hard for me to do that. I didn't ax instead of I didn't ask. I don't see, as a kid, we wasn't really taught, like, they don't really teach you speech, especially in I don't want to say an urban neighborhood, because a lot of neighborhoods these days are like very diverse. So we didn't really have a speech class. We have English class, but it's not the same as someone learning English. And it all depends on who you learn English from. If you learn English from the people that you are around, then you're going to sound like them. That's why people come from different countries. Whoever they're around when they first get here, that's who they talk like. You got Asians that grow up around black people and they adopt the culture. So they sound like they've been around that culture. They don't sound black, they sound like they've been around the culture. You got Mexicans, same thing. Whoever they're around, there's Mexicans. Some of them think they're, because that's the community that they were in, and that's all they know. Who else? I'm forgetting someone. Really, yeah, it's just Asians and Hispanics. Those two cultures are always around black people. Whether it's the beauty supply stores, the gas stations. Oh, Arabs. I'm in Michigan, in the Detroit area. Arabs galore over here. You got most of them that sound like they've been in the hood their whole life. You got some of them that stay true to their culture and their religion. And you got another percentage who think that they're, so like I said, it's all about where you grow up and who you're around. And you can't, if you want to go places, you got to learn how to adapt. Like, you can't just be out here stuck in your own bubble. But she had another video I wanted to play too.
Ask. No.
And this is what I was talking about.
Okay, but in all seriousness, you guys are hilarious. So I posted a video where I was saying, you sound white, and I'm just saying all the ways that it's just considered proper grammar to just speak, and it's not a sounding white. It's in my last video, so you guys go check it out. But y'all are funny. So I'm gonna read some extra ones that you guys mentioned. I don't sound white. I sound like I have a good credit score. I sound like I have a diverse investment portfolio. This is true. I sound like when my neighbors go out of town, they ask me to watch their house, and they give me their spare key. Now this was a funny one. I sound like I changed the batteries out of my smoke detector. This is true.
That's
very
crazy.
True. I sound like I'm not a liberal. That's a compliment. Thank you, and very true. I sound like the female version of Morgan Freeman. Thanks. Someone said I sound like I would correct their punctuation.
Sound like Morgan Freeman is crazy. It's a reason why he always given that role where he just talking, you don't see his face. It's because of how he talks. And he grew up in a time where English wasn't really, something that was taught again. But he wanted to change his life and be around different people, different cultures, different opportunities. So I say all that to say, don't tell somebody that they sound white. Like, I say all that to say, don't tell someone that they talk white. Just say, how do you speak so proper? Or where did you learn to speak so proper? Let's work on being more politically correct and stop being ignorant.